Okay, so today we'll talk about 3 command. So there is no such command in Ubuntu, so we have to install it. apt get. So it's this is we're getting the files which is pointing us to the software where we can, from where we can download the software. So this is first list, it's apt-get update, so-called source list. And second, we actually copying that, and then we will tossing this to the folders, to right folders, install, apt-get install. 3. Anyway. So let's now look. Yes, here we are. Now we have all of that folders. So, but first we need to check where we are, why we have so many of them. So what command tree is doing, it's showing the files in the tree format. It's actually really convenient if you think, because it's then showing really conveniently the logical connection between the files. So with print working directory pwd, we are now understood that we in the root directory, so we have to change that to better to, for example, etc. Why? So changing directory etc. because that is less faster. Then lc. So we can do we can see the files which are inside the folder by the list command lc, then l, then recursive, and it will show us the content of the file, of the folder, all files which are in this folder, like ssl, sources, but it will not show us the same as the way as the command 3 is showing, so it will not show us as it 3. So let's try 3. You see, now we can see that here the folders are like a branches and the files like leaves at 3, and the folder like a stem in 3 format. So okay, then, so what we can do also, again, 3 command. Let's try to find out the less, like sshd, for example. Let's go to sshd. We'll write, no, there is no sshd. This is h. Okay, for example, this is not so big directory, lc, and there is a, now we can practice. So 3, and it's more, so there is a secure shell files for securing shell, the files for that. So there is a pub and the private and so forth, so it's certificates, it doesn't matter anyway. So with the 3 command we can see that there is one folder, there's nothing inside. So but let's try to cd and go to the previous command, to previous folder, and find something more rich. So maybe, for example, let's go to the systemd, cd systemd. So change directory, actually it's a context, and then lc, and then lc, for example, tr recursively. Yeah, there is a 2-level folder. So, and then 3. Yes, so it's more interesting. So you see, you can see here that system folder have folder inside of that, and other folders have inside of that files and so forth. It's very useful. So 3 command, again, it's showing the files in the files folders in the 3 format. So we can limit the depth. Okay, now we're working with the filters, I don't know, sorting and so forth. So 3, and then how we can do this. So because it's a local limit, so obviously the argument will have a name of L. So we go on like L, and then we are describing how many layers we want to have. So it's 2. Okay, it's shown only 2 layer deep. If we want to 1, it's only show the 1. So for example, I'll repeat 3L1. So it's showing only the first level of the directory. Okay, then we can limit also our output with 3. Then if we want, for example, to see only the directories of the folder, we can just limit it with the argument D. Of course, it's obvious, D. 3D, and it's showing us only directories. Again, 3D. Hidden files, the same. As you remember, is with the list command, it's mean that we have to see all files. So it doesn't mean 3 minus hidden files h up. No, it's mean all files. This is the logic behind the Linux. So 3. Well, let's add something more obvious, like L. So limit to 2 and 2 levels, and it's giving us less result, but it's still showing us the hidden files. Okay, we also can force it to show us the full path. So 3, then minus, then f full path f. So it's giving us full, not relative paths, you see. So it's like system timers, but full path. Cool. Next one. So then we can filter by the pattern. Of course, if we want to pattern, so it's start from the P, so it will be like a argument will have a P word in it. So for example, 3, then for example 2 layers, L2, and then we're giving the pattern. So I don't know, let's have it like that. So for example, which is ending on the timer, for example. So let's give us the folders where there's a word timer in the end. So point timer, again P, and then we can, for example, R. So it's giving us TC, there's a once, and TC. So it's showing this, or EM. Let's remove this one. Done. So well, it's the pattern are working. So we can, like, it's like a grep command. So there is a grep command that I will show later, but it's the same here. So okay, we can actually create some also bash file. I'll try to do that. So let's, for example, create some files. So first we have to then write, okay, nano. Will not use, I will use nano if it has here. So okay, it's nano. So sorry. So cd, I want to work in my root directory, so cd tilde, forget about that, lc, and let's create some vi, okay, v, command v, and let's create a file like show 3 run. Cool. So first we will write that this is a bash file. So here, of course, we will write sorry, I. That's mean when you're pushing I, it's mean you can go in interactive mode. So it's another things. Well, the Vim editor. Anyway, we will write some bash file first. So it's sorry. Okay. I will better show you with nano. That will be easier for everyone. So, okay, this is just a boilerplate bin environment and then bash. Okay, so that's mean we're saying that's a bash file. And okay, then let's just write 3 minus limit 2 and done. So Control X, saving this file, LC that here. So let's try to run it. Show 3 run. Yes, cool. So not sudo, so sh. Okay, cool. So we run this file and it shows us this result. So if we will go here, for example, let's copy that file, let's modify it, because you see it's not really represented. This is blue dot is the result. So let's change that and nano and write like add cd. So we change directory to the bin and then we will tree it. So let's go. So it will be 2 arguments. Okay, done. So it's working. Cat. I will not add it because maybe somebody didn't know. Anyway, as you see, we change directory to the bin and then we show that's with a 3. So this is the first bash file, which is actually useful for the training. So that's all for the tree command.